So bow hunting is a very interesting sport because it should be fun. If it's not fun, then you're doing something wrong. In this episode, I want to talk about to stop outsourcing your validation to other people. This is a very common temptation because with social media, you feel like you got to bring everybody along for the ride, show the animal that you shot. It's this whole thing. I've heard this multiple times, and I've been doing the first generation Bowhunter podcast for a while now, where people are like curious about what deer they should shoot, how big should it be. Listen, it's your tag. It doesn't matter what I think. You should just go and experience some level of success. There was one person in particular that I spoke with last season, and they were so concerned with how big the buck that they should shoot, they ended up not tagging out at all. And they hunted very, very hard. They were doing everything right. They had multiple opportunities. In Utah here, we have this thing called extended archery where we can shoot a doe if we want. It's our choice. I've shot many does. I've shot 5 years worth of punching my tag with female deer, with does. My freezer is 20 feet from me right now, and it's full of meat, of small bucks, of does, of cow elk. I don't have much to show for the size of deer that I've shot, but I've killed deer. And I've done it with a bow. And there's people that have those opportunities and they pass and they pass and they pass and the season passes. Why is that? I believe it's because we come from a generation. And I say we because I know who listens to my podcast. I know the age you are. That's what Spotify gives me. You're 35 to 45 years old. You're picking up a bow that you might have had when you were younger, and you're picking it up again, and you're like, you know what? I want to do this. Or you're picking up for the first time. But what playbook was given to us? It was an unfinished playbook. I'm not talking about bow hunting. I'm talking about being a producer in life. What was our value based upon? It was production. It was an award. Let that sit with you for a second. Being a first generation bow hunter or being a first generation anything means that you are rewriting or writing a playbook that was not inherited by you. So why look outward and try to be validated by everyone else? We're outsourcing our legitimacy. And we're doing that through punching tags or not punching tags, because that level of production is not meeting a certain standard. That to me is a problem. Just go shoot a deer. Just be done. Just get it under your belt. Because at some level, you have to understand what that feels like. So you might be thinking, well, I'm holding out. I want that bigger deer. Why? You've got to ask yourself why. If you're so new at this, why do you even care? Just go kill the animal. Process it, bring the meat home, and experience it with your family. You can't eat antlers. I've tried. It doesn't matter. So if you're outsourcing your validation so much to social media, Well, it's got to be this size, and the G4 and the G3 and the, what is it, the cheater and the freaking eye guards. I don't even know the terms. I don't care what the terms are because I'm not outsourcing my validation to anyone else. In 2025, I shot a 2-point buck. I think I posted about it once. I posted the head on social media. I was trying to be thoughtful of how I did that because truthfully, it doesn't look very good. And I was probably going to be banned or shadow banned. Because I don't care what you think about my 2-point buck. And I don't sit there and hit refresh on the comments. And I'm worried about what you think. The deer stood in front of me at a distance I felt comfortable with. And so I released an arrow and it felt good. It killed the deer. I processed it. It's now sitting in my freezer and it feeds my family. Tonight we're going to have spaghetti sauce from that deer. So I've been doing this a long time. I've killed a lot of deer. They're nothing worth writing home about in the society's terms or the hunting industry terms of a big deer. Well, guess what? I don't care because that's not why I do this. You can tell because of how many Instagram followers I have. It's like 1,000 or 1,300. Doesn't matter. I don't care. And neither should you. It's your tag. You go punch it the way you want. You want to go shoot a small deer? You want to go shoot a doe? You want to shoot a trophy class deer? I don't care. But you shouldn't either. So don't do it for the outward appearance. I'm not saying don't go shoot big deer. That might be what's important to you and what you're personally validated by. Awesome. Go have fun. But I talk to a lot of people who are not having fun and they're like, yeah, I passed on this and I didn't do that because this and it wasn't big enough. And if you have not killed an animal with a bow, I challenge you in the 2026 season to go do that. Go get a tag and go kill a deer with a bow. I don't care how big it is. I don't care if it's a female. I don't care if it's a male. I don't care if it identifies as a male or a female. I don't care. Just go do it. Because you've got to think long term of entering future seasons of how you want this to go. You want to progress? Then go do it. You want to get one under your belt? Then go do it. You don't even have to post about it on social media. Don't talk about it. Don't tag anything. Take a few photos. Keep them for yourself. Don't even try to get validated by your wife who's like watching you fail season after season. Do it for you. Because the truth is, we weren't given much instruction on how to operate in life when it comes to production and validation. It is constantly outward. It's constantly given and outsourced to other people because that's what we think is the right thing to do. Don't do that. Stop. We're giving our validation away far too much. We're giving it to women thinking, oh, that's the right thing to do because that's how we were raised. My first male teacher was in 8th grade. And that wasn't even for the whole day. That was only for 8th grade science. 1st grade through 7th grade, I only have female teachers. And this isn't a knock against females. This is just how it was in the 90s. I love my wife. I love my mom. Rest in peace. She died 10 years ago. My mom, not my wife. I have a lot of utmost respect for women. The problem is there's this really jacked up thing that we were raised with on how validation works, that we have to outsource our validation. I don't fully understand it, but I can tell you right now, I'm seeing a massive trend with people who want to go bow hunting. They want to be active. They want to lose 40 pounds. And they think they have to post about it all the time on social media, because if they don't, their journey doesn't matter. And I'm here to tell you, you're right. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me. I don't care about your journey. I don't care about what successes you're seeing. What I care about is that you're caring about it for yourself. That's what I care about. The personal validation you need is far more important than what a like or a comment can produce for you. And that comment could come in the form of you coming home with a full cooler and your wife says, "Oh my gosh, good job. You finally did it." Now she'll say that, and that feels good. Stop putting so much weight into that, because it's messing you up. And I know this because it messed me up for a very long time. So you want some advice on how to be a bow hunter? You want to rewrite the script of how you were raised from parents who were direct results of the Depression, who passed along this idea that you have to produce. You have to seek your validation from within. It's time. Do you want to plan your hunts for 2026? I don't care where you hunt. I don't care if it's in Alaska. I don't care if it's a $50,000 guided hunt or a DIY public land, shoulder to shoulder. I don't care where you go. If that validation doesn't come within, you're going to hate bow hunting. And you know what? You're going to hate everything else. You're going to hate the gym. You're going to hate losing weight. You're going to hate working out. You're going to hate eating right. We were given an unfinished playbook. Congratulations. So what are you going to do? Are you going to take this unfinished playbook and pass it along to your kids by outsourcing your legitimacy and your validation? It's your choice. But I can tell you, because on this podcast, First Generation Bowhunter, I share my mistakes and my failures. That is one of my greatest failures. Outsourcing my legitimacy. Worrying so much about what other people think. I shoot my bow in my backyard because it makes me feel good and I like it. And I post about it sometimes on Instagram. Some ways it's a personal journal. Some ways it's just a little nudge, maybe for others, to see that, hey man, I'm out there just like you. So go shoot your bow. Go figure it out. Go figure out why your arrows aren't flying totally consistent. Go upgrade those Walmart arrows. Go spend a little more money. Yeah, I'm influencing you. There you go. Telling you what to buy. I'm telling you that you can fall in love with this and enjoy it more with better gear. Great, fine. My most popular episode is episode 4. What bow, what broadheads, and what arrows to buy. I see it in my analytics. It's right there. So that is the resource I've been putting out on the First Generation Bowhunter podcast for 3 years. But don't outsource your validation. You can't go buy that in a store. You can't find that on an Instagram feed. Doesn't matter what animal you shoot with a bow. Just go do it. Go feel what it feels like to take a life. Sit in it. And you're going to be nervous, especially that first time. You get something into range, you're going to miss. Or you won't. Or you make a bad hit. I'm here to tell you that all that feeling, all that outsourced validation, it's real. But don't lean into it. Because I did for a very long time. And it will not help you. It'll create imposter syndrome. It'll create havoc on your life. And it'll push away those that matter most to you. Make 2026 the year that you reset. That you say, you know what? I don't care what others think. I'm going to go shoot my bow. I'm going to post it on Instagram, not for likes, not for comments, but maybe as a personal journal entry. To see your progress. Or to say, you know what? I shot my bow today. It freaking sucked. My arrows weren't flying right. My sight needs work. My form needs work. Maybe it's just a personal reflection of you. So you want to do this? You want to have fun? That's how you have fun. Because I'll tell you right now, if you put so much weight into what other people say, even if it's positive, even if they're like, oh my gosh, that is a huge deer. Good job. You're so amazing. Wow. What then? Because even if it's positive, it takes the fun out of what this sport is meant to be and what it's meant to be for you. And I hope that for you. I hope that it's fun. This should be fun. But I wanted to cover on this topic because it's important. So send me your questions. Let me know how this lands with you. Go spend some time and think about this. Are you outsourcing your validation? Your legitimacy for you to pick up a bow? I bought my first bow in a pawn shop for $150. You think I posted that on Instagram? You think I was proud of that? No. I was like, I'm going to go figure this out in my backyard. And you might be in a similar situation. But you know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what bow you buy. It doesn't matter where you start. You want to post about it on Instagram? Do it. You want to go buy a 10-year-old bow? Guess what? Those old bows, they kill stuff. They kill deer. They kill elk. They do. They're just as powerful to take a life. But don't post it on social media to get some sense of validation. And you might see me post on your Instagram or comment and say, hey, nice group. That's awesome. shouldn't mean anything to you on the deeper level of your core belief of who you are as a person, as a man, and as a rising generation bow hunter. You've got to separate that. Because I can tell you my favorite hunts, my best hunts, is when I was with my son and we could be in quiet and we could just feel it. Feel the excitement, feel the emotion, the ups and downs, the hard work. The best times have been when I'm alone. And I didn't pull out my video and I'm like giving it play by play and highly produced. It's just when I did it and I felt good about it. That, I think, is the biggest struggle that first generation bow hunters face, is they think they've got to go from 0 to 60 in one season or 2 seasons. I can tell you right now, it takes a little time. And depending on how short your season is, you may not have months and months and months to go hunting like I do here in Utah. Like, my hunting season is 3 to 4 months long. So I have a lot of time to figure things out. And you might only have 2 weeks or 1 week. So you think you've got to hold out for some trophy deer? You think you've got to do this amazing job your first run or your second run? Where does that come from? You got to ask yourself. This is a different tone that I've ever spoken to you on this podcast. If you've been with me since the beginning, you're probably like, what the crap? Who is this guy? I'm here to tell you your best success is going to be within yourself. Keep it to yourself. Don't feel like you've got to update the world on every little thing about your hunt. And that goes for your personal life. Don't feel like you've got to update the world on all your ups and downs. Right now, I'm in the middle of building my new office, my studio. I work from home now, fully remote. I'm no longer with Black Ovis and Camel Fire. I'm working with other clients. I'm doing other things. I'm sitting here working on my office. I'm staring at it. I'm overwhelmed by it. And I'm like, I just want this to be done. And now I'm in another unfinished room in my basement. This is my gym, and I'm recording. I've held off for a while because I'm like, I'll be done. I'll be done soon. I'll be good. No, I'm still a ways out. I'm still fumbling through stupid little tasks to get this frickin' room and studio totally up to par. It's going to take me some more time. It's just the reality. Truth is, you don't owe anyone else anything, even your spouse. You owe yourself everything. So keep after it. Stop outsourcing your legitimacy. Stop trying to seek so much validation from everyone else. Hosted by this Instagram feed that is supposed to, be fun and communicative and driven by this idea of community. Use it for what it is. Think about that. What's going to be the best success for you to have the most fun? Because if you're doing something fun, if you're shooting a bow that's fun, you're like, I love shooting this bow. I love doing this. You'll keep doing it. We don't keep doing things we hate, but then we wonder why we do things and why we hate them or why they're not fun anymore. Think about the things you've quit, the things you've stopped doing. Was there outsourced validation there? Were you waiting for approval from others? Might want to think on that. I want to give a big thank you to Darn Tough Socks. They've been a sponsor of the podcast. And you know what? They took a chance on me. And I'm grateful for that. When I lost my job last fall, I had to walk 20 people out of the building with a bankruptcy. That was hard. And I reached out to my network. And I reached out to Darn Tough. And I was like, hey, can we do something? And they said yes. That's not outsourced legitimacy or validation. That's a strategic partnership of two companies trying to achieve a mutual belief. I use their product. I've been using it for over 10 years. I have a pair of socks that are 10 years old. And you can't tell the difference between something that is 10 days old from their factory. So thank you, Darn Tough. Stop using cotton socks. I was just at Western Hunt in Salt Lake. I was selling crispy boots out of the Gearful booth. People walk up, they got their cotton socks. Now, everyday use, that's fine. I don't care. I'm not going to judge you. Make sure when you're hunting, you're in merino. Make sure you're in Darn Tough. They're antimicrobial. They don't stink. They hold their form. They do what they're supposed to do. So thank you, Darn Tough, for taking a chance on me and for supporting the first generation bowhunter community. You're awesome. So thank you. If you don't have a pair of Darn Tough socks, I've got a few extra pairs. I don't have a lot. But if you don't legitimately have a pair of Darn Tough socks, I will send you a pair. That's my promise to you at the end of this episode. While supplies last. That is the ultimate asterisk of this. So if I run out, I'll do the best I can. But cheers to Darn Tough. Drop me a line, Adam_Buchanan. It's like the president, Pat Buchanan. No relation. Send me your address. I would drop them in the mail. That might help you on your hunt. I know it'll help you on your hunt. More comfortable, more dry, way better. And just a little pro tip on your footwear. I got this question almost everybody who came up. I sold over 200 pairs of crispy boots over 3 or 4 days. Everyone comes up, they're like, my feet get cold. I want your warmest boot. And I said, I'm going to stop you right there. Think about your sock choice and your system. Do not block off that artery on the top of the foot. If you block off that artery, it'll cut off blood to your foot. That's what makes your foot cold. And sitting in a tree stand in negative 16 degrees, which I've done. But if you're moving, be careful throwing on a big, thick sock because it'll compress and it'll shut that artery off on the top of your foot. So don't do that. It's my tip to you. Thanks for tuning in. If you like what you're hearing, and this is going to help you be a better bow hunter, which I know it will, because you're in those first stages. You don't know what you're doing. I don't know what I'm doing. We're all learning together. So let's do it right. Tune in more. There's more coming. Go find some older episodes. There's good stuff that I posted already, and it should help you. I hope it does. I hope you become the best bow hunter in your mind, not the minds of others. Validate yourself. Stay within yourself. Don't post your big hunt this year on Instagram. I challenge you not to. Or do it and be in a good place to do it. See you in the next one.